Ladies and gentlemen, the match has now begun. It looks like they're all live, and we're going to go and jump right in.
Obviously, Cardo here with Andy, who's here, and Rel, who's here. Guys, say what's up.
Also here.
Make sure everybody can hear you guys.
Yes. Good morning and good afternoon, everyone.
All right. Yeah. Outstanding. All right, guys. So we're going to be talking to you guys today a little bit about a few things we got coming up. These guys are going to be the main ones talking. I am merely here to host and add banter.
MC Carto,
exactly,
DJ Carto.
Exactly. And
on
hopefully
the ones and twos.
Put fires out if they arise. So that being said, Andy, you want to take it away with the high level deal?
Yeah. So first off, thanks for everyone. Hopefully this new time is a bit more convenient, especially given the situation. We wanted to make sure that this time around we had a better schedule for all of our European players, as opposed to the mid-afternoon broadcast that we typically do. So we're going to be covering quite a few things today, ranging from community content to upcoming community events and in-game events, upcoming updates. We're going to be giving away some prizes. We're doing a little Q&A throughout the entire broadcast. So as usual, if you have any questions, drop them into chat. We'll be answering them as we catch them on screen. But first things first, just to give a quick update on how things are looking for the game update this morning. If you didn't happen to see the tweet from the main channel or from me or Rel, servers unlocked. It was a bit premature because what's referred to as the central messaging service, their message delivery service, wasn't back up and running yet. So that means several of the messaging systems in game, so whispers, yells, various things like that, are not up and running. We're keeping the servers unlocked right now just so everyone can stay and play, albeit with a bit limited communication. The unfortunate part is that once this is resolved, we're going to have to do a quick bounce of all the servers. So fortunately, it's going to be a quick bounce. It's not going to be a full, 1+ hour downtime. We're going to verify everything's working and bounce one region first just to verify everything looks good. And then once we confirm that, then we're going to bounce all the other regions. But we'll probably have an update during the stream as to when that's going to be happening. If not, just keep an eye on the main channels for details with that. So again, apologize, we jumped the gun a bit. One thing that is happening after this update is there is a change that's going in that should reduce one of the steps in our publish process that's currently taking about 90 minutes, which is why the downtimes have become so lengthy over the past couple months, which should reduce it from 90 minutes to about 5 minutes for that one step. So we're looking forward to that going in. Unfortunately, we couldn't get it in today, so it's going to be ready to go for the next update, which will likely be, we'll be doing probably a minor one in the next week or week and a half.
Yeah, that's huge.
So with that being...
That's huge.
Yeah, that was a bit frustrating. It happened back during when we did the database migration and maintenance, where we made some changes to do some optimizations, and it unfortunately caused some issues with reloading services and database related services. So that should be fixed soon. Going forward, our server publishes should be quite a bit faster as they were towards the end of last year and the beginning of the year when we were getting them down to, I think, less than 90 minutes, less than an hour in some cases. So again, with that being said, let's get started. There's quite a few things to go over. First thing we wanted to talk about is some upcoming events that are happening in the coming weeks and months. First off, we have Lane Smash. We've posted some details on that. There's details posted in Reddit. I think that we're going to get some promotional stuff put up on the launch pad. But it begins May 1st and runs through June 28th. We also have Community Smash, which kicks off June 6th. And of course, we have Outfit Wars Test Cycle 2, which enlistment begins this Friday. That's what this morning's publish was for primarily. But enlistment will begin on Friday, and the official Outfit Wars 2 event will take place on Saturday the 16th. Rel posted some details about what has changed. There's quite a few changes that have been made based on the feedback from the participants, from the community, from our observations. some of the notable things for viewers and participants especially are we're going to stagger them out so each region, all the brackets aren't happening at the same time, so we'll be able to watch all of them rather than having to have the broadcasters jump between each one. But anyways, that's going to be starting on the 1st of May for enlistment, and then 2 weeks from then we'll have the second Outfit Wars event. And then later on in this segment here, we're going to be talking about a little more detail about the specific changes that are going in for Outfit Wars Test Cycle 2.
Thank you guys for the follow, guys.
So the first thing we wanted to cover was the community content program. So a little over a month ago, we officially started what we call the community content program. And really, we were inspired by a lot of the videos during the closed beta testing of the escalation update that players just started making on their own. And they, without any sort of development tools or any sort of formal support from us, they were making some pretty amazing videos. So we thought, if these look this great without any sort of tools, what would how great could they look if we actually provided at least some level of support? And so we started this program, and to say that we were overwhelmed by the response would be an understatement. We had within the first few hours, we had over 100 requests for access to the tool set, and we've since flagged. I think it's 60. We keep the flagging to a set amount so we don't have too many people with it, but we've flagged quite a few people, and as you've seen through our not just our official Twitch channel, our Twitter channel, but through the Launchpad where we started posting some of these videos, the quality of these community created videos are just phenomenal. So we're going to be actually starting a contest soon, but before we do that, we put together a little sizzle video of just a snippet of some of the amazing videos that the community's put together. So Tony, you wanna kick that off so we can check it out?
Let's check it out.
Oh my God. This is so epic. Wow. No button today. Well done, guys.
All right, there you guys have it. That was the community video featuring a lot of the clips, but they were all from the community. So pretty dope to see the progression of the content coming out from that.
Yeah, it was amazing. Again, like we can't overstate this enough. Like it was the quality of these videos are just astounding. And like you think you know the game and you think you've seen everything, and you see some of these videos, and you're like, holy shit, this is Planetside 2.
That's crazy.
This is the game we've been working on for years.
Yeah, it's super awesome. One thing I want to throw in real quick, because our comms people are asking me to do so. You guys can drop questions and stuff in the chat. They are collecting a few of them and then sending them over to us, and then we'll try to go over some of those at the end of the stream. So just a heads up on your questions. We're not ignoring them. We'll just go over those at the near the end. Yeah.
So to finish off the what we were talking about with the content creation program, so we're basically starting a contest. We're gonna kind of formalize this. We're gonna give not only these contributors that are making these great videos props for the amazing work they're doing, but we'd like to formalize it and make it into a kind of a contest. So starting May 1st, we're going to begin the submission process. And from May 1st through May 31st, players are going to be able to submit videos for this contest. If you have videos that you had made after February 1st that maybe you've already posted and you think that they're viable for this contest, feel free to resubmit them if you created them and submitted them after February 1st. But we're basically going to open up this submission process from May 1st to the 31st. Beginning June 5th, we're going to start voting, and the voting is going to be where we select 5 of the top videos, and we're going to post them and open them up for community voting. And that's going to run from the 5th of June through the 12th of June. And once voting is complete, then we're going to be announcing the winners the week of the 15th through the 19th. And Jay Golenbow is going to be posting details, like a much more detailed explanation after this. But we're excited to see what you guys have in store for us. And prizes for the top finalists include 10,000 Daybreak cash, a special title, a banner, and 2 Rogue Planet Games t-shirts, one signed by the team and one that you can actually wear. So that will be the grand prize winner. But all the other 4 participants will get 10,000 Daybreak cash.
You could wear the signed one if you really wanted to.
You could wear the signed one.
There's nothing stopping you.
Yeah. And then get those looks when you're out in public. So again, awesome. We'll be posting more details on that after the stream. But it's been a month and we've had some amazing submissions, and we're just excited to see what you guys have in store for us over the next month. So thank you all again.
Yep.
Also, one last thing: the videos that we just showed. So obviously, those are just snippets of the many videos that were submitted. We're going to be posting a link to a page with all the full-length videos, so you can watch each of them in full after the stream, which you'll need to set aside probably a few hours if you want to watch all of them, because there's so many great videos.
Yeah, it's awesome. There's a lot.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
All right, so I think the next thing we're going to talk about. Actually, do you want to do a quick giveaway?
Yeah, we can do that
while we prepare to talk about some of the Outfit Wars changes.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay. So,
Justin, are you ready?
Justin, yeah. what is the keyword here?
Yeah, he's typing. He's typing frantically, trying to get this keyword into.
Keyword. Oh, go for it, Tony.
All right. Keyword is Bastion Smash, guys. All one word. Bastion Smash. BASTION SMASH. Justin, is there the whole thing? If you put it in more than once, you're disqualified or something? Is that how that works?
If you put it in more than once, you're an a-hole.
Half these people, 90% maybe, disqualified. Sorry, guys.
That is correct. So, all right. So, don't put it in more than once, or else.
I'm gonna flag this stream for toxic behavior.
Oh my God! Right now, it's going insane in chat right now. People are spamming Bastion Smash like crazy. I don't have what they have.
Rel and potentially toxic
I'll have to
behavior.
figure out how
I hope
Carto
everyone
did that.
enjoys my. I have a portrait of my 2 sons, Carto and Rel.
It's because he's a Twitch partner, and they can actually pull stuff like this until I become Twitch partner.
I don't get enough of them at work. I would say, so let's talk about this working from home situation.
Here we go.
No, do not listen to Dig Bada.
So what is the thing you miss most about going into the office and actually working together with the team? Because if you all didn't know, we've been working from our various homes, locations in San Diego, and we do a lot of voice chat conversations, a lot of screen sharing, a lot of texting to each other, but we actually haven't seen each other face to face in quite a while. I've seen Michael a few times because he still goes into the office all by himself. So whenever I go in to see him, or whenever I go in to get anything, he's in there by himself, and it's like almost 100 degrees because all the air conditioning is turned off, and he's in nothing but a towel and a green bandana.
All right, so you've just implicated like poor working environments over this quarantine.
I turned off slow mode.
I would say that the thing that I miss most is that so Tony and I sit across from each other, and the probably once every day or so there's that moment where we just lock eyes and then realize that we're staring at each other, and then it's like, oh, excuse me.
It's that moment, man.
It's like we see right over the monitors at each other.
It's so good.
Yeah,
it's so good. Yeah, I mean, it's
I can think of so many love songs that starts then that moment when you lock eyes.
yeah. I don't know. I miss seeing everybody. I mean, it's we're able to stay productive. We're able to stay this. We're able to keep going. But it's I don't know. This industry is weird. You spend so much time with people, everybody becomes like a family, and it's just that's the biggest downside, 100%. So
yeah, I mean, in theory, anyway, this is software development. This is the thing that this working remotely should work flawlessly for compared to so many other jobs. And yeah, it's having the it's the camaraderie. This is like a small or a big family depending on how you look at it. But there's times where things get tough, and if you ask like any grandparents or any older family members of mine, they all think I just play video games all day. But we work some pretty long hours, and it can get frustrating and tiring sometimes. And when that does happen, the thing that really personally that keeps me going during those rough times is just the team. And we could be working on something that's really difficult and frustrating, but when you're going in and working alongside with a bunch of great people, it makes it all worth it.
Yeah. Well said.
Rel, do you have anything that you miss aside from not having to reset the air conditioning so you're not sweating?
Yeah, no.
Sweatshop like conditions.
Like the whole work from home situation that like so many people are in right now. Like work from home for me I need like a focused place to work, like an actual office, because even at home, I'm distracted. So there's like a personal challenge, and like I don't have little kids running around, so like I can't imagine how disruptive that is for everybody else, or like people who have to care for like their family or whatever. Like there's so many at home situations that I can see detrimenting from a work from home environment. But I don't know. Yeah, for me, and there's also something to be said about like being able to wave your hands around when you're trying to convey an idea, like
having a whiteboard, flailing around wildly.
Yeah, those are all things that I wish we had a solution for work from home.
You can only type so hard on a keyboard.
Right. Yeah.
Exactly.
As we all found out when we were doing some test runs, and all we could hear was Michael's mechanical keyboard going.
I was gonna preview it for you, but
I was going to do something
not worth it. Might as well. I mean, it's that's not it's more.
We're good. That's just the cat.
Like, bro, what are you doing? Yeah. I'm writing an email.
Oh no!
Oh my god! Crazy.
What happened? Is there stream discussed?
He actually uses like an old-timey tech that's somehow converted to digital.
Oh no!
Tony's stream exploded.
I did. I hit it.
No! You guys all saw that.
Don't let cats program.
I love how the only thing that's up.
You guys also saw that too, right?
Yeah, we did.
It's not me, right? I'm just making sure.
Rogan.
They made a booby.
You see the
picture? It's the picture of Brown.
Damn it,
Rel.
Rel.
All
F in chat.
Well, at least we've got some
all
nice
F
video
in chat,
playing in the
guys.
backdrop
Let's
there.
type
There's
F
some
in
video
chat to respect
going
these
on
guys.
there. We're
Show
good.
the.
Do we need to abandon this call and then?
No, we're good,
respect
man.
these guys.
I got you guys.
Share
Look,
us in chat.
Look, they're orbital
They're back.
striking
They're
the
back.
portrait right now.
I'm gonna mute. I'll be right back.
Oh, there we go. We're back.
look, if there's one thing I'm used to running, it's a really scuffed stream. So we're all right, cool. On that note,
All right. Yeah. So, okay, wait. We were just doing a giveaway before I derailed everyone with talking about working from home and Rel and nothing but a green bandana and Planetside undies in the office sweating.
All
right. So,
okay.
Oh Lord. So, Tony, do you want to drop the winners' names in there, because some of them are alphanumeric and.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I don't have Twitch chat open, but maybe Justin does.
Yeah, Justin. How about you do us a solid and drop? Well,
I don't even know how to say any of
is
those.
second. Yeah, is the second winner. The third winner. Okay, so third winner is.
Good luck.
Yeah, that guy.
Dash wearing Blick Streffer. Congratulations in kayak. KY0KK. We'll just get those in text, because I don't even think I said that right.
Oh God, people in chat are getting so creative.
All right. So we'll do a couple more giveaways in a bit, but let's talk about Outfit Wars. So we just kicked off our first Outfit Wars event a few weekends ago.
There we go.
A couple little bumps in the road, lots of feedback, obviously, about how we could improve it for both the viewers and the participants.
Mm-hmm.
We just had a publish this morning that had the first round of changes going out, and kind of, as we said when we did the escalation update, the intent was for these initial phases to be very much test phases to really ensure that we've got the rule set and everything refined, because as much testing as we did during closed beta, once we scale it up and once we get everyone in, everything goes out the window. So
right.
We're doing at least one more test cycle, and we're going to be getting feedback after the 16th. And then depending on how things look, we might be doing another, or we might be formalizing a bit more. So, Rel, do you want to talk about some of the changes that have gone out for test cycle 2?
Yeah, absolutely. So during test cycle 1, the biggest portion of Outfit Wars of that cycle that was lamented was the qualification phase. So a lot of our work centered around making the qualification phase A, not be as long, B, pertain to specific time slots that you have now. If you guys go check out the patch notes from this morning's update, you'll see that we are running the qualifiers over 3 days. So I think it's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then it's going to be for X amount of hours at a time. And I think that's it's from 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. So like a solid window in there where you can start earning score. And then there's a break. Prior to this, so last cycle, it was 2 weeks, nonstop qualification. It created lots of really interesting player behaviors. So like people grinding in the middle of the night and that sort of thing. It created fights like on off continents and that sort of thing. But for the most part, it was kind of cheesy and wasn't really in the spirit of the game. So outside of the different time slots that we're doing now in a much shorter qualification cycle, that it's guaranteed to be way more intense. We are also focusing the points for qualifying, like how you accumulate score. We're focusing it on the actual fights themselves instead of capturing territory. So, well, rather capturing like vacant territory and that sort of thing. So like a good way to generate score at this point is to actually go to a larger scale fight, participate, and then either capture or defend the base, and then that cashes you out and gives you points. So like based on basically your contribution to the capture or defense of that base. This is also going to make it so like people aren't sending like outfit members like across the map to be like just in time for the base to capture and that sort of thing. Just a lot of really nasty behaviors that kind of showed up. So that was our focus with this disqualification cycle. And we also want to continue to integrate the outfit wars, like make it feel like it's a part of the game. So like we added the ability to both gain, to gain score by pulling a bastion and also destroying bastions. So we'll see how that plays out on starting very soon, and then we'll go from there. And then also the as Andy had mentioned before, we offset the gold, silver, and bronze start times, so the matches, by 30 minutes. But also increased the length at which those matches can potentially run. I think they were averaging about 30 minutes prior in the last cycle. But a big point of feedback was that people wanted to play more. There wasn't enough time to really delve into some of the strategies. Some of the brackets were one-sided. Some of the brackets were very fiercely competitive. So it was a real mix across the board, and I don't think that there's a single meta that was kind of established. In fact, one of the winners didn't use air vehicles basically at all. So, and that was sort of a behavior that goes contrary to everything that we've learned from like Server Smash and all these sorts of events. That being the case, we'll have to take into feedback or take into consideration what happens with this next cycle, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah, I was gonna say we also adjusted the start time for the Soltech event, so it's not starting. Right. So it's more convenient. This last time it was I think it was noon local time.
Yeah, and that was a bug when it came down to it. There are some issues with Soltech in general because it's not on the same time as all the other server hardware, and that's something that we're looking to address.
Yeah, that was the start time issue. Well, the schedule issue, and then also I think there was a 5-minute delay once the countdown timer hit 0 for the match to begin. It didn't actually begin for about, I think it was 4 or 5 minutes. So we're working on getting that corrected, but that was only something that happened in the Soltech, and we're trying to get that corrected for next time.
Yeah.
But then just the start time should be much more convenient than midday. I know there's a lot of feedback about that from the participants.
Right. Yeah, it should be consistent for all the servers now, Soltech included.
Cool.
Yeah. I mean, that's about it.
Yeah, so again, the enlistment begins this Friday, and the Outfit Wars event kicks off on Saturday the 16th. So make sure to check out the list of the very detailed list of changes that Rel posted in today's patch notes, and we'll make sure to flare those back out again after the broadcast. So before we get into our next segment, do we want to do another quick giveaway, maybe answer some questions?
So we've got Justin did post there are 3 new winners. He's going to announce them in chat. Okay. He says he's just going to roll random going forward. No keywords. Nightbot will announce winners in chat, and he'll make sure that so far all 6 people get their codes. Looks like the last 3 were tertiary Basandi, I think. I'm sorry if I jacked up your name.
Yes. Zinkin, I'm not the only one.
He's already announced them, so I'm mumbling. Okay. Cool.
Okay.
So this spamming of Bastion Smash, that's
but it's just unnecessary. At this point. It's could be worse, I guess.
It could be worse.
Awesome.
I like my chat way more.
So one of the questions came up about Player Studio, just what we're doing to update the process. So right now, we've got some work to do in order to start accepting contributors again. So for now, we're going to keep all of the contributors that are already set up in the Player Studio submission process and program can continue submitting assets for approval. The timeline on actually opening it back up for new contributors is still up in the air, just because there's some work that needs to be done. It's also, depending on the submissions, it can be fairly resource intensive for the development team to actually get them processed, and we really need to, if we want to formally support it, we need to actually be able to have somebody that's dedicated to working with all the contributors with all of the submissions that they make. So it's far from being done, but it's something that it still needs a little bit of time. And as I posted, I think it was early last week or the week before, we're starting to be able to hire on some new development team members. Garrett Brush just rejoined us again. He was part of the Planetside 2 team for the last few years.
Welcome back, Garrett.
We're able to get him back. We're also working on getting some additional engineers and artists hired as well. And then with regards to trying to cover all the bases that we need to with the the team is roughly 3 times larger than it was this time last year, but we're also trying to do a lot more as you've seen. We obviously got the escalation update out. We did the tactical loadouts update 5 weeks after that. We did the publish this week. We're going to be doing another update that we're going to be talking about in just a few moments. That will be in the next month, 4 to 6 weeks. So, going forward, it's been our intent to really, reinforce and prove to you all that we are absolutely in this 100%. We wanted to, to grow the team size so we can provide the support that Planetside 2 deserves, and we want to show that support by getting more content out, getting more feature updates out, getting more quality of life improvements, bug fixes, and so we're able to ramp up the team again, which is great, and we have you all to thank for that. The last thing about that I wanted to cover was PS4. So we did the escalation update, and obviously the first question from the PS4 community was, when are we going to get this? And we talked about it a bit. There's some technical hurdles that we've had to overcome, and there's obviously just kind of a breadth of work that needs to be done to get everything ported over to PS4. So we're still evaluating the work that needs to be done, but we're also in the process of hiring on at least an additional resource to start doing some of that work, so we can at least get it moving forward. Because right now there's so many initiatives that we have in play right now that it's hard to do everything, and we're trying to offset that by getting somebody else hired to help work on getting some of the PS4 work ported over. So unfortunately, I don't have any details with the PS4 update other than we're making some progress internally. I don't have any timeline for it yet, but we hear you, and we know that you want this update out just as badly as we do. So hopefully in the next couple of weeks we'll be able to have some more details. But I just at least wanted to give you that information, because it is a topic that comes up at least once a day, once every couple of days, at least.
It comes up almost every tweet.
So speaking of next updates, we've got some cool stuff coming up.
Yeah,
we're kind of on the we're actually coming up on the Planetside 1 anniversary as well. May 20th, I believe, is the 17-year anniversary, which is
it's crazy.
That's one of those terrifying moments where you realize that it's almost of legal smoking age right now. So it's 17 years.
It's crazy.
Yeah. So let's talk about the next update.
Okay.
Rel, you want?
Yes. Let's do that.
Let's do that.
All right. So in the next update, we are doing some pretty fun stuff. And these updates, like, so Andy had talked about the cadence that we're trying to get in, but these updates are also going to be like differing scale each time, because we are working simultaneously on multiple updates. In fact, Carto is working on some really cool stuff, but it's not slated for this update. It's going to be for the next one after. And then in the next live stream, we'll be able to talk about that stuff. Should be super cool. But this update, so in light of Planetside 1's anniversary, you'll get all the bundles, and the PS AV suppressor is going to come out and that sort of thing. But also, we are working on a familiar-ish weapon from Planetside 1 that some of you may know as the Punisher.
Oh, wow. Oh, my God.
All right, so we're going to switch over to here.
New weapon.
Thank goodness that still worked. And then would you like your video?
Yeah, let's run through the video. I'll just let it go.
You got it.
I cannot believe they're bringing out a new
so
weapon.
In Planetside 1, the Punisher was probably more of an assault rifle / carbine, but its notable feature is that it had an integrated underbarrel. So what we've done in Planetside 2, outside of get this really sexy looking sci-fi esque weapon, is all of the different classes actually have different underbarrel attributes associated with it. So like when an infiltrator uses it, it's an EMP. When a heavy assault uses it, it's like a mini rocket launcher. When the engineer uses it, it's a splash repair. When medic uses it, it's a splash heal. And then the light assault, when they use it, it's an impulse. So you'll see all that in this video, and this is all in flux. So the attachments, the balance, the actual effect of the underbarrels themselves, that's in flux as well. I really wanted to try to do something probably more interesting for the engineers' pulse, and then maybe even for the infiltrators' pulse as well. But yeah, if you guys hear the sounds are completely new. This is the first. Well, I guess it's not the first. It's probably one of the first. What do you call it? Bullpup reloading weapons. And
Faber, if you're
so that
here,
should excite a very small niche audience.
Faber!
But and because of that, it had to have like entirely new animations and that sort of thing.
Yes!
So the bullpup means that it's reloading from behind the
can
the
flip
grip.
Tanks!
And yeah, so like that's the gist of it. It's going to be an SMG, so again available to all classes, and yeah, it should be a fun little weapon. Its damage model is more aggressive than some of the NS like the NS7 PTW. It's more aggressive than that, more geared toward short range, but it does have this utility in the underbarrels and that sort of thing. So it would be, well, we'll see. Yeah, it turns out the irons have reflex reflex optics, opposed to being traditional iron with a single post. And then it also has access to some short range optics as well.
I'm looking forward to seeing what this does. But
yeah.
this is awesome.
I spoke way too fast for this video.
Like halfway, you're halfway through.
Wow.
Yeah, just so everyone knows the logistics here, we've got we're actually we're chatting to each other in Discord while also watching the Twitch stream, and meanwhile, my kids are on their friggin' Zoom distance learning classes right now, probably eating my bandwidth. So I keep having to refresh Twitch to make sure that I'm actually caught up.
Yeah.
So we apologize if there's any buffering issues or frame rate issues.
Don't worry about that, Andy. You're doing fine. This is great. We know you're at home doing this. You're not at the studio.
All right. It looks good to me.
Yeah, looks 3 different people connecting on
Discord.
All right. Well, okay, plenty of bandwidth
that's it. Let's thanks for the stream, guys. See you later. Oh, there's more. Hold on.
No.
Well, so real quick here. This is going to be, it's slated for the next big update. So it's not going to hit the same time as the anniversary items and that sort of thing. But yeah, this is again part of the next big update. So yeah, now we can move on.
Do you want some screenshots of this thing?
Let's show the screenshots that Carter was laboriously putting together last night.
Oh my god!
All right, so there is the first one.
That looks sick. The Punisher, man.
There we go.
So I gave you some bad information, Tony. The barrel, that's the compressor, opposed to the default barrel. It's my fault.
You know, this will be what people aspire to.
The original Punisher actually had this very conical looking barrel, and that's the one that'll be in there by default. Okay. But the compressor or the compensator rather has a new barrel. That's the one that you're seeing in the screenshots, and the suppressor has a new barrel. The flash suppressor has a new barrel. Like all of this stuff is very new, and it's got a super sleek look to it. Really like it.
All right, awesome. Sounds good.
So before we get into the next segment in the big update with the emphasis on big.
Oh, what is this called?
Want to do another giveaway?
Punisher with Underbarrel.
So Justin is rolling giveaways at random throughout chat, and just Nightbots do. Nightbots is giving away by the way, Andy, they just give away your car. So.
Oh, good.
This is
Nightbot.
Because I can't use it because
I tried to tell Nightbot about that stuff.
Awesome.
They gave away your car,
cool.
Andy.
So these are the shots of the Punisher. So we've got some more stuff. However, Rel, what would you like? What would you like next?
Let's go on to the the double bastion, that feature that we put together where we smash 2 bastions together, and then they can turn into a larger bastion.
It's like a Voltron bastion.
Yeah, it's
for
a Voltron bastion.
Everyone,
Just
everyone
kidding.
that's over 40 years
They're
old.
just totally messing.
Just kidding. Please do not go to that. Let's go to the some of the outfit war changes that were, or I'm sorry, the changes to outfits that we got coming in the next update. This is something that hopefully nobody's heard of yet. Actually, no, let's start with outfit logs real quick. I'll break that down.
All right. Real quick for chat, we're being asked to not spam keywords because they don't matter anymore. So just as a heads up, it's don't spam it. Thank you. We love you. Do you want
that's not how it works,
mods?
Garto.
Log.
It's gonna make them spam even more. Oh man.
There you go.
So also while we're waiting for Michael to start talking about this, just received a message from our tech director that we're verifying. So chat should be fixed. QA is verifying that we actually might not need restarts, and hopefully I'm not jumping the gun by the potential of not having to do restarts. So we'll be able to have a final answer within a few minutes. So we'll be able to get some details or final details before the end of the stream. But so far it's looking like we might not actually have to bounce worlds. Anyways, sorry.
Solid.
Yeah.
Back to you, Rel.
Cool. So as you can see, we've added Lorem Ipsum to the. This is a. We added an outfit log feature. This is the mock-up screen.
We're officially supporting Latin.
Right. That was done forever ago. But so what this will do, the actual functionality is that we will be logging people when they join the outfit, when they get promoted, demoted, when you craft a war asset, when you use a war asset, and then also when you boost a war asset, or overclock it rather. And there is kind of a weird problem where we can't log people who leave the outfits because it doesn't keep their name, but it's probably fine. In the future, well, actually, I won't talk about the future for this, but yeah. So this is something that's been asked for, and will be in the game in the next update as well. So like if you're an outfit leader and you want better micromanaging potential of your outfit mates, now you have it.
Okay, Tony, do we have like an infographic that's like breaking news?
There
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
you go. There's your info audio.
Breaking
graphic.
news. We're getting confirmation that chat is working on Emerald. So far this is looking promising. We won't have to actually bounce worlds.
All right.
But we will confirm in all regions before saying that it's that we're all clear. Anyways, back to you in the studio, Rel.
Sick. He's at home.
Yeah.
In
So
your home studio.
let's switch off to the next feature. So outfit logs, quality of life stuff. Really, when it comes down to it, you got that. Boom. Next update.
Okay.
What do we get? What do we get next?
You're gonna get mods. You're good with that?
Yeah.
And there you have it. There's the first one. There's the other one as well. So just tell me when you want me to cycle to the other.
Cool. Yeah. So the first one. Let's see. Okay. So actually, no. Let's go to the second one to start.
Sure. All right. It's up.
All right. So for the war asset system, it's not something that we want to leave and do nothing. My picture's kind of in the way of this, but you can see on the tab screen on the right-hand side. So one of the things that we are adding is the ability to add war assets, essentially, to facilities. So like facility modules. So you will, as an outfit, craft your mod, and then you will attach it to a facility. It doesn't need to be one that you own. It could be any facility. So like when there's a fight happening, if you need
a new war asset, right, guys?
If you want to reinforce some of the defenses, I guess, like even automate the turrets. I think that's one that we're targeting right now. You can add that there. That potentially helps you stop ghost capping maybe, or if you want to enable like response fighters, so like the stuff that comes out of a bastion, maybe that's something that you can attach to a facility as well. The actual benefits, I can't remember the full list for what we're targeting currently, but this is also going to replace the asset or the facility benefits that currently exist. So the amp station, for example, is like you get better heat or whatever. That's something that we're going to integrate with this system. So when your outfit places a module on a facility gets buffed. Other outfits can actually add on to the time limit of that, and increase it up to a certain point. And then the outfit, whoever's cycle, I guess, is funding it, are the ones who are going to appear there in the on the tab screen. So like if you go to facility, you see the tab screen. If you go to let's switch to the other screenshot.
Wow. This game is becoming so freaking cool.
So on the map screen, you'll be able to hover over regions, and it'll show you again my little
I'm gonna remove
pictures.
you.
By the way.
There you go.
Okay. No.
Wow.
So on the lower right hand side, you can see the modules that are listed on each base. So you can see what it has access to, and then placing them. Same manner as you do war assets currently. You right click and it's a drop down, and then it shows you the facility modules and that sort of thing. Yeah.
Leave it there.
That's about it. Like
Leave it there.
that's the feature.
the
Facility
screen.
modules coming soon to an update near you. Hopefully, the intent here is to give outfits the more control over what each base kind of has access to, and like just adds more strategy around the map by buffing. We have considered like debuffing enemy bases, but that gets a little tricky, and it's kind of probably could end up being annoying. So we're going to be very careful with what we choose to add here, and it's also very easy to like replace benefits if they don't work out or change them and that sort of thing. So
Sweet.
Yeah,
Cool.
it's pretty sweet. I'm excited.
So now we're done, right, Rel?
Yeah. If you just want to end the stream,
We
that's
just end the
totally
stream
fine.
Okay. Cool.
No? Okay.
No, I'm just kidding.
All right. So the
So
the
then,
last one.
No
would
one
you like
does.
the
Okay,
video?
so
Is this the Voltron
by the way,
This is
we
the
are
Voltron
we've just received confirmation, so no restarts are required for any region. So
Nice.
we apologize as usual. We're sorry for the inconvenience of not being able to yell and whisper, but
Right.
it looks like everything's good to go now.
You can
What?
do so
Yeah.
now. You can do
You'll
so now.
you'll shut
Oh
us
my
back.
God, we can do
Yeah.
proxy voice.
Exactly.
We're gonna have Poonanners finally back, ladies and gentlemen.
Do you want?
That
do
means
you
I can
want
push the
video?
button.
Do you want key art? Do you want?
Just kidding.
Yeah, let's show
I'm
the
kidding. I was
key
kidding.
art.
I was
key
kidding.
art? All right.
That was a joke.
Yeah.
We're gonna go here.
do that.
Uh,
As many of you may have guessed,
Here.
It
colossal
is.
key art.
yes, we have introduced the Lodestar to Planetside. Sorry, the Colossus tank to Planetside 2.
Yeah.
So this has been a concept for a long time, and in fact, one of our lovely PTS individuals may have leaked it at some point, where it was actually rolling around in game and that sort of thing.
Yeah,
But
during one of our final pre-escalation update playtests.
right, yeah, some of you may remember, but
Don't ever do that again.
there's actually been a lot of work that was done on this after the fact, and actually before that as well. It's not something that we're just like reusing as far as an asset.
No.
Loads of work here, and loads of work still to be done. But this is slated for the next update. So the Colossus tank, how we're going to position it is that we want it to be just big, awesome tank is the first goal. But also it's going to be an anti-bastion weapon. So this is going to be generated using the war asset system, but you will be pulling it and customizing it on an individual level. So you'll be probably pulling it from the warp gate, or maybe tech plants, or just spaces with a large enough spot in a special terminal where you can pull this thing out and onto the battlefield. So the strength of it, actually we can roll the roll the gameplay.
Yeah, I got you.
So this is just going to be me romping around in VR. Everything very work in progress, very placeholdery, very whatever disclaimer. Currently seats 5 total. 6 would have made more sense realistically, but the turret, the physics of it doesn't play nice when you have a driver that's separate. So it's kind of the compromise that we're making right now. The Colossus itself, big cannon, not inherently stronger than any other vehicle, but or rather not stronger than the main battle tank, but Okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. So in the deployed mode that you can see on screen currently, it charges up a shot with no drop and then fires it off. So this can pierce vehicles, which means like when you're attacking Bastion Fleet Carrier, you can pick ESF out of the sky. This will also be able to target like Bastion Fleet Carrier's hardpoints. So the optics that are currently on it are intended to highlight those weak points. Whether or not we actually end up going with that or whatever, it's still a work in progress.
This is insane.
We'll have to make some decisions. So when it deploys, it creates this bubble shield around it. The bubble shield is currently fueled by cordium. So if you want to, after taking a beating, like restock it, ants, like this is a team-based vehicle. We don't want people to just like run around and like destroy absolutely everyone, especially by themselves. Yeah.
This is the first combined arms weapon that actually requires teamwork.
God, what was I saying? The cannon, the main cannon right now, it has an ability called MAD, which I don't know what it stands for. I'm not currently working on this.
It goes through targets!
But it gives you the ability to shoot through vehicles from the non-deployed state, and then also gives you faster projectile velocity. And the guns on it, customizable. It has Basilisk-style weapons by default, which are... none of this is balanced right now. We're still in the process of tuning and just setting up the data currently. But
this looks like
all the animations and that sort of thing, like all of that comes in a little bit later down the pipe. But yeah, weaponry, it'll have some Cobalt-style weapons. It'll have some little mini tank cannon style weapons that are kind of on the front. Everything's going to be weaker than it would be on a larger vehicle. At least that's the goal right now. But again, the strength comes from just the sheer number of players that can inhabit this vehicle and then start using it to its purpose. Yeah, and actually when you are in the deployed mode, current plan is to not let the vehicle shoot down, because we want to angle the turret up so that it can have a larger turret elevation, but also not just hammer on vehicles that are like on the ground, because it'd be like invincible at that point, and it kind of doesn't make sense. So yeah, we'll see, and we'll definitely be getting it to PTS. There's definitely going to be some work in the balance department that'll need to be done, but it should be pretty sweet and certainly colossal.
Good way to put it.
So, Rel, based on what Chad is saying, MAD is an acronym for Mutually Assured Destruction, according to Twitch chat.
I think that, actually, you know what? That's probably, I think we named it something differently.
Yeah,
but,
I know.
Yeah. That makes sense, because actually what happens when you use MAD or in a deployed state, you actually take damage just by the sheer power of the cannon. So yeah, it's a kind of a soft way to help counterbalance some of the traits of it.
Cool.
That's it.
One of the questions, Rel, is do smaller turrets have anti-aircraft abilities?
The current plan is that you either have the Basilisk style weapons that will have some pretty high turret elevation, but aren't like super effective against aircraft. And then there are some rear mounted Hyena style launchers that are meant more for short range. But there isn't going to be anything on this vehicle that's going to just obliterate aircraft. That's not the intent, except for the main cannon, which is a skill shot weapon.
Sweet.
Yeah, that's the current plan, at least.
Yeah,
lots of work between here and there.
Yeah. It's funny you mentioned that this concept's existed for a while. I think it's we got the Planetside 1 anniversary coming up. 17 years. I think this has been a concept since it's like the 15-year anniversary. 14 maybe not that long, but it was interesting because it was as Rel had mentioned, it was spawned during one of the pre-escalation launch play tests, and it's changed so much since then. They're just the amount of physics work and controls work, and obviously the tuning is still ongoing for what its role is actually going to be used for on the battlefield. But initially the plan was to just literally have a big ass tank, and then after seeing the just the results of the escalation update and just the results of Bastions, that's when we decided to transition into more of an anti-Bastion vehicle.
Well done. Because the biggest problem I face facing that
made quite a bit more work to get this ready to roll out.
Yeah,
so timing wise, for all of
down
this,
without
we're
48
looking at
people.
an early June timeframe for the Punisher, the Bastion, the Colossus, and all the other stuff that Rel's talked about, in addition to a list of other items that were bug fixes and quality of life changes and everything that will be going into the update as well.
Yep.
Was there anything else you wanted to add, Rel?
No, I think we're good with the near term. So again, this is the next update.
Mm-hmm.
We're doing work on multiple updates at the same time. Honestly, the one after this coming one, is going to be much larger than this one even. So if you're excited about the content that we have here, we can't wait to show you what we're working on moving forward.
It's killing me.
And again, the kind of the published cadence that we're going for is getting updates out monthly, and then the size and scale of those updates will vary because, as Rel said, we've got multiple updates in development right now. This is an example of one of the the smaller to medium updates, but then we've got a fairly large update planned for the update after that, and that's one of the benefits of actually having a decent sized team again, and all of your support is being able to have enough people to work on multiple initiatives at once, so we're not all just working on one thing and publishing it and then working for several more months on something else. So
exactly.
Thank you all again for your support with this.
I really appreciate you guys, honestly, for doing that for the developers, for them to say that out loud.
See if there's any more
That's
questions.
Freaking huge. Well done, everybody.
Updates on the player tutorial, new player
I feel like I've already
tutorial.
accomplished my
We've
task,
disabled
so I
it.
just quit now.
We definitely are. We need to have a
all of you guys
viable
made
onboarding
them say
experience
that
in general. So I don't have a time frame for that, but it's definitely high on our priority list.
Yeah, a lot of work was done in the kind of the planning phase. Not just like conceptually, but also the how to get it done the way that we want to get it done from the tech side. So it is definitely something that's in the forefront of our mind. But yeah, the timing is going to depend.
Yeah,
I think in general, it's probably worth saying that what we want to do with Planetside 2 right now is kind of set it up. We'll certainly set it up for the long term, and this is actually something that's kind of been in the works for a few years now at the very least. But some of the updates that you'll see are we're creating systems that are intended to kind of sustain themselves and are just foundational. Like Sanctuary is something that we can obviously build on, and was kind of necessary for some of the things that we were working towards currently. And I had mentioned the mandate system. This has been mentioned many times over in the past. That's something that we're actively working on. That's going to be a foundational system that kind of supports the game for many years to come. So there's going to be a lot of that stuff this year, and a lot of the that's the gist of it. We want this game to be around for a long time.
Yeah.
And as the article stated yesterday, Planetside 3 is not in development. Don't know who caught that news article, but yeah, this is we see a lot of potential here.
Okay, so now that you've even uttered Planetside 3 in this, there's going to be a bunch of confirmations.
Confirmed.
That, one of those ... Rel confirms ... Planetside 3 ... So there's no context.
Development, right? Planetside 3.
In
development. Develop
now. Exactly.
Right.
Awesome.
All right. So again, the timing on this update is going to be early June, and then we'll be doing a stream right around that time as well. Maybe probably a little bit after to start talking about the next update, which is the fairly sizable one that a large portion of the team is working on. The majority of the team is working on right now.
Yeah.
So just to kind of recap everything we talked about today. So we've got enlistment for Outfit Wars Test Cycle 2 starting Friday, and then the actual Outfit Wars event is going to be taking place on the 16th on Saturday. We've got Lane Smash kicking off May 1st and running through the 28th. Community Smash on June 6th. And all of this information is going to be posted after the live stream, and also just a general live stream recap. Justin is working on an article right now. So if you missed it, you'll obviously be able to watch the replay, and then also just be able to read a breakdown of everything that we covered today. We've been doing giveaways this entire time, thanks to Nightbot, so we don't need to cover that again. I think that's it.
Okay.
Yeah, we miss you. It's almost 2 months since our last live stream.
It's been a while. Luckily now we're set up so we can do these a little bit easier. It's been a frantic week for me to kind of get us set up, and aside from a little snafu, I think it went pretty well. So
special thanks to Carto.
Yeah.
Hey.
This sweet streaming setup.
I feel like I don't have enough RGB lighting in my room.
I will mail you a package right now.
That is something that Planetside 2 is needed, I think, is more RGB lighting.
Absolutely. Yeah. Everybody does. It makes it go faster. Facts.
All right. Well,
cool.
I think
all right, guys,
we can wrap up. Again, there's if you caught the beginning of the broadcast when I was giving you an update on in-game messaging, that's been resolved. No restarts are required. We'll be posting all the details about everything that was covered during the broadcast shortly after this.
Edits.
Especially the details around the community content video program, and the submission timeline and everything. And I think that's about it.
All right. Awesome.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you all again for tuning in. And anything else to add, guys?
Not really. Justice came back and said he did 3 new giveaways, rolling them now. Master Zero Gaming, Italian Mafia Guy, and OMG Mirage.
Very nice. Congratulations, you guys.
Winners. What we got?
All right.
All right, cool. Well, thank you everybody for joining us today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed what we had for
guys.
You. Keep an eye on official Twitter and Reddit and all that fun stuff for more info and insight. And we will see you guys hopefully again pretty soon. That's it.
And we'll definitely be posting the portrait online for everyone to print out.
Absolutely.
Maybe for giveaways, instead of doing like signed T-shirts, we do signed prints of that. and then
maybe not. Maybe we not.
Great idea.
Actually, maybe for like contests going forward, once the
you guys are officially now going to have your voices heard.
Relaxed.
I basically unmuted myself so that way you guys can be heard.
Maybe
they're about to finish up.
A double date with Rel and Carto.
Cool. As soon as they finish up, guys, we're going to go and begin our conversation.
Who's the grand prize winner?
As long as there's dinner.
We're going to start with 666. Like how Daddy says.
All right, thank you all.
We are going to send a raid over to ArsheeTV. I'm sure you guys know who he is. So we're going to go the end screen.
There you go.
Arshee, get it right.
Actually, you might get 1,000 views. Hold on. Before we wrap it up, let's play that community video.
One more time.
Trailer one more time.
I got you.
Yeah.
Arshee, our best behavior.
This is awesome. This community video is legendary, man.
So we're gonna have streamception here.
We are gonna have streamception. Well, your voice is still coming through, so make sure you guys maintain all those things I said. You guys can talk during this interview at the end. If you guys made these videos, well done to you. Honestly, you guys, these individuals, you guys as a community, you guys who showed up, the guys who are repping those Biscuit vehicles, the guys who are shooting out of those Biscuit players, using those bastions, gave us a chance to have epic footage like that. And all of us contributed to make that. It's not just the video guys. It's not just me. It's not just the casters. All of us together made this freaking happen. So well done to all of you. All of you guys that got farmed in that video right there made it happen. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm gonna mute myself. God. I'm gonna make it controversial. That's all, like. God. There's a lot of people in this channel. Naval combat has been confirmed, guys. Chat is going crazy about that. It's official. Puff Daddy, Hooper, Noggins, Southern, Trinity Entertainment. I can't say them all that fast. Thank you guys so much. Honestly, all of you guys that were in that list, all of you guys that are in the chat right now, all of you guys who watch this video can replay in the future. Planetside 2 in 2020. This is February 29th, 2020 at 12 o'clock p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And so, I can't wait to watch this 10 years from now. When my kid is farming on my character, getting the certs I need in Planetside 20. Just kidding. Understand that we're all here to see the Planetside franchise together grow into something greater than we all could ever imagine. And it's thanks to you guys. Thank you so much, Trueless, for the host. I cannot wait
Here we go.
for a Planetside 3. Thanks, guys, so much. I really appreciate it.